Hello everybody, Sharon here today with another tutorial that is PHP PDO. Actually, what is PDO? PDO stands for PHP Data Object. I am going to explain what PDO is. PDO is lightweight constant interface to accessing database for PHP. It is a data access abstraction layer. That means regardless which data you are using, you can have the same function to use by using PDO. And this is based on object-oriented programming. By using PDO, we can easily use object-oriented programming in our PHP. Okay, now benefits of PDO. Multiple database. This is notably my favorite. That means you can use 12 different database with PDO with the same functionality. And the another benefit is security. By using PHP MySql, that is not secure at all. We can make it more secure by using PDO. I'll show you that inside the video. And it has reusability, so you can use same code again and again, and awesome error handling. Will show everything in the video tutorial. Without further ado, let's start. And here I made a blog post for this tutorial. You can copy and paste the code. Go to htdocs folder. In my case, I have installed xampp on my C drive. Just go to xampp and htdocs. Let's create a folder here. I'll make php underscore PDO. That's great. Okay, now open Visual Studio Code or any code editor you like to use. Now click on this add folder. If you haven't any project, then this option will show to you. htdocs php underscore PDO. In here I'll create index.php. all of the code will written inside this code. Okay, at first beginning PHP tag, and let's end it like this. First of all, go to google.com. From here search for PHP PDO. Here you can find the result from php.net. That is official website for PHP. From here you can read all the documentation to learn more about it, but I'm going to explain to you what it is going to do. Okay, at first let's see how to make connection with database. Before that, we need to run our exam server. Exam, search for exam. It will show the exam control panel. Start these two, Apache and MySql. Now open a new tab, localhost. It will go to the default dashboard, but we want to go to our project PHP PDO. It's directing perfectly. Okay, open a new tab and just write localhost /phpmyadmin. phpmyadmin. Let's make a database for our project. Okay, create new database. Name will be php underscore PDO. Create database has been created. Let's create a table. Name with clears, and column will be by default 4. Okay, let's make it 4. First one will be ID type is integer, and 11, this will be auto increment. Name, this will be varchar. 255 length, and club varchar 255 save. We don't need the last one. We have this 3 column. Okay, go to browse, ID, name and club. Okay, let's create a record from this phpmyadmin. Insert ID will be 1, name will be CR7 and club Juventus. Okay, go to browse. From here you can see it has recorded 1. Now we want to do that by using PHP PDO. At first go to PHP PDO. From here click on this connection and connection management. You can see the way how they connect by using PDO in PHP. Okay, let's copy this and paste it here. Just write dbs. Let's make it part by part. At first we are going to do this. Okay, MySql, make it double quotation mark, MySql. Make some variable. First one will be db name. What was our db name? It was php underscore PDO user. By default user is root in phpmyadmin. Password, by default password is blank in phpmyadmin. Make sure it is equal, not the colon sign. And last one is host. Local host will be host is equal $sign host, afterward semicolon, db name is equal $sign db name. Okay, that's it. Now let's create a connection. We are going to name it PDO. Make a new object of PDO. dbs comma user comma password. Okay, that's all. Now let's do some error handling. For this, click on errors and errors handling. I make it misspelled, DSN. Okay, let's do some error handling. Try, tab, take it inside try catch block. Catch, we are going to catch PDO exception. Make a variable of e and okay, we'll print that later on. Let's see here what we can do. We can set an attribute to handle our errors. PDO, because this is an object, we'll use this operator. Set attribute PDO colon a double tr error made, comma, second parameter will be PDO colon Don't worry, I will explain to you what this set attribute is. Error made exception. Okay, that's all. Now once the database is connected, we are going to write some JavaScript in here so we can console it out. Okay, let's do it. Let's close the PHP tag and open one more PHP tag. In between them we can write our JavaScript code. Script tag db connected, db connected. Okay, let's open your browser, localhost /php_PDO. Let's see what does it means. Right click, inspect element, go to the console, you see database is connected. Now what we are going to do, we are going to save data to the database. For saving data, the process is very simple. At first you need to make the query. Just write SQL. We are going to make SQL query. SQL is equal insert into name of our table, that was players, name of the column we have name column, club. For now we don't need ID because by default it will add ID 1, 2, 3 because it is on auto incremented. Values will be, what will be the value? Let's make the name of Lionel, comma Lionel Messi. Messi club is FC Barcelona. Don't forget about this semicolon. We need to execute this query. Okay, for executing this query there are two different ways. I'll show both of them. First, the easiest way. Okay, later on I'll show the notably way so you can make more better. Okay, at first just write PDO object and query, and the query will be SQL. Don't forget about this $sign. Save it once again, reload the page. This should add to the database right now. Okay, you see record 2 has been added, that is ID 2 Lionel Messi FC Barcelona. So we also can execute our query by using exac. Okay, SQL semicolon. Let's change the name to Luis Suarez. Save it and reload the page. Go to the database. You see ID 3, it has been added, Luis Suarez and Club Barcelona. We have made create operation, that means we are inserting data to the database. Let's read the data from the database. For that, what I am going to do, I am going to fetch by using SQL query. For now, let's comment it out. At first we are going to see the unsecure way. Okay, make the SQL query to read the data. Just write SQL is equal select all from players the name of our table where id is equal 1. Okay, below that just write PDO as like we have done previously, query SQL. You see, this is very simple, but now this time we need to assign that inside a variable that will be stmt statement. Okay, let's create one more variable of result. Result is equal stmt fetch. This is the function we are going to need to fetch the data from the database. You can see the fetching data from here below here. Okay, fetch the next row from the result. Here we can set our attribute as we said before here, but here the way is different. Just write PDO double colon fetch. There are tons of different fetching. We can fetch num, we can fetch object. At first let's see by using fetch num. Okay, now let's print our result. Print underscore r result, save and reload the page. It's saying showing the result id is on CR7. This is the second column and third column is Juventus, but we want to make it more precise so we can see properly. So for that just write echo break line and pre. Don't forget about this semicolon. Now it is more precise. For example, we just want this club name and this is the index of 2 because we are getting this as an index as a num. So for that just write like this, write like this. Okay, reload the page. You see we are getting only the club name. Here the id is the index 0, 1 and 2. Okay, here in the PDO statement you can see different fetch style. We have used fetch num to get our column, returns an array index by column number, but we want to get by using row number. For that we can see we have fetch assoc returns an array index by column name. This is we are getting by using column name, but here we are getting by using column number. So let's get by using column name. So instead of fetch name, make it fetch assoc. And let's see the result at first. Reload the page. It's showing this result. We want to get by using this id or this name. Let's use this name as our name parameters. In here just give the array sign, quotation mark, name. Now we will get the name only CR7. Okay, now the very next thing I'm going to do, instead of assoc I'm going to use object so we can get the object from fetching. Okay, Okay, don't need to copy all of them. I just want to copy this line and paste it here instead of assoc. I'm making it comment so you can have it and you can use it as a reference. You can get all of the source code from the description of this video. Okay, let's save it and reload the page. Once again it will show an error. It's saying uncatch error, cannot use object type of standard class. That means here we should use only object, not the array. Okay, name, save it. Once again reload the page. You see result is same. That means it working perfectly. Now the very next thing I am going to do, instead of fetching one item, I am going to fetch all of the item from here. Okay, remove it, function to fetch all. We should not use any id. Okay, let's comment it out this time. Comment this two line and copy and paste it below here. Just remove this higher id, save it, reload the page. You see all the item we have, it's showing up there. Instead of using this PDO fetch object here, we can use a better way to set our attribute. Instead of doing this here, let me set attributes in PDO set attribute PDO default fetch method, comma PDO : fetch object. It does very much same. Let's take it at the very top so it will be more sensible. And once again reload the page. It's showing the same thing but as a array. Okay, so we can print it as a array. Just keep the array index of 0 and here is the object. We can print only name here, name, save it. Once again reload the page. You see it's showing only name. Okay, this is the unsecure way. Now we are going to use secure way to interact with our database. Okay, let me comment out all of them. We are going to use prepare statement. This is the mature database support, the concept of prepare statement. Okay, I recommend you to read all of them. For time being I'm not going to them. Okay, let me show you how to use prepare statement. For that, you see they have given an example. You always need to make query, so just write SQL. This should be a $sign. SQL is equal update players set id. This time id is equal b colon id num. Let's make it id num. By using this is just think this is as variable. I'll show you how to declare that variable. Comma name is equal name, comma club is equal colon club. we are not writing the club name directly here, where id colon id is equal colon id. Okay, that's all. Now we need to get the statement, we need to create a variable stmt is equal PDO prepare, this should be greater than sign, prepare. This is the secure way SQL. Now below here we need to okay, let uncomment it because we always use assoc, not the object in the tutorial. Okay, now by using a statement, what we are going to do, execute this. We always need to execute this. Let's make it id num also here because we don't want to change the id number. Okay, we always need to call this execute function in order to use this PDO prepare function. Okay, before executing we need to set all the value for this parameter we have set. Okay, let's do it. At first id num is equal 1. Make sure it is $. Name, let's make it Erling Haaland, and third one is this club. Okay, club is equal to Borussia Dortmund. Now we need to bind all of them. We have a function bind, but here we are going to use it inside this execute function. Later on I will show how to use the bind function. Okay, for now let's make it id num. I don't know what the operator this call. I think it's a double operator it call. First one will be id num, comma, second one will be name. We have set it name double, here will be name, comma, club, double operator, club, comma, last one we have once again this. Just copy this id num, paste it here as well, save it once again, reload the page. It's saying undefined variable and line number 70. Where this error comes from? This error comes from this s. This should not be s because we didn't make any variable with that name. Okay, we have reloaded that. Go to your phpmyadmin. You can see the name is Cristiano Ronaldo at id 1 and club is Juventus FC. Reload this page. You see with the id 1 we have name Erling Haaland and Borussia Dortmund, that's the club name. Okay, that is how we can update and we can use prepare statement. But below here we will use another function. Here you can see create operation through prepare statement. we have set bind param like this. Okay, let's see how we can make this. Let's comment it out, this line, and execute it once again. stmt execute, not executable, it should be execute, and that's all. But out of there, above there, we are going to bind those variable with the variable we have passed here. Okay, let's see how to do that. At first statement, then bind param. Here at first the variable we have in here, that was id, the passed this id, we don't need this colon, and with a comma the variable we set id num. That's all we have to do. Copy and paste it below 3 more times. No, actually paste it 2 more times. Okay, change it to name, change it to club. Now this time let's make it Kylian Mbappe. And club PSG. Copy this. We can add okay, that's all we have to do. We have declared the variable and we bind it. After that, execute it like this. Save it, reload the page. From here you see it reloaded successfully. You can see id on has Erling Haaland. When we refresh it, it will show Kylian Mbappe and Club Paris. That's all. Now we are going to set a delete operation. Let's make SQL query. SQL is equal delete from pairs where id is equal question mark. This time we are not going to pass any parameter here. We are going to pass only the question mark. Afterward, prepare the statement. We are going to make a variable, a statement PDO prepare SQL. Below there, let's copy this, bind param. We want to bind this param id num, declare the variable id num is 1. We want to delete. Always we need to execute our statement, so just write statement execute. That's all. Now here in bind param we have only one question mark. Maybe there will be 2 or more question marks. So for one question mark we only have one question mark, so we need to pass 1 here, and the value we set, okay, that is id num. Save it and reload the page. Now you have 2 records. You can see, reload it, still have 2 records. I think we need to change the id num to 3 because we don't have id 2. Okay, reload it. At first we need to reload this page. Afterward, reload phpmyadmin. Now we can see we have only one record. Let me show you if we have more than one record, actually more than one question mark. Let's copy this, execute. Let's copy this update query, copy this and paste it below here with double quotation mark, and it will be SQL is equal, let's make it comment. Now here the id will be a question mark, it will be question mark. Let's make this on question mark, this as a question mark. Now we need to change all of them. To change it, let's make it, let's copy them and paste it below here, and id is 4 now because we want to change the record of id 4. Here first param is for this question mark, this is I. Copy and paste it below 3 more times. Let's change it to 2. 2 mean the second question mark, 3 mean the third question mark, 4 mean the fourth question mark. Let's change it here. id name, we have name variable in here, name is misspelled, name club id num, that's okay. Save it once again, reload the page. You see we have only one record with Cristiano Ronaldo. Reload this page, we have Kylian Mbappe and club is PSG. That's all for this tutorial. If you like this video, please like, comment and subscribe. Help me to grow my YouTube channel. Thank you guys.